An error occurred on Periscope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, terrible. Periscope goes away soon.
Sausage Day.
If there was some Johnsonville, then we'd take it like a pill. You can't enjoy Johnsonville sausage if you're not a brat, because it's brats. Hey.
They did not ask you to write that.
I made that.
I know.
I'm going to give that to them for very low dollars. You know, some people have sponsors and they just kind of sneak it in sometimes, and they're like, or they have like placements and they're like, Narragansett beer, and it just goes like that. And they don't do it. But when we do this, we do sponsors. Hey, hooray, see? When we do sponsors.
Listen. Some people just want you to feel good about yourself. Hello, Valentina.
We say, hey, give us a bag of money so we can send meat to nuns and things like that.
Well, we're not a cooking show, and you've wanted Johnsonville as a sponsor forever just because you love them. So it's like,
right.
Okay, you're not a cooking show. You're a business success show. What are you going to do with all that sausage?
Can you believe that it's Sausage Day? That's a good time. It's Sausage Day.
Sausage Appreciation Day is the hashtag I'm using.
Kids are going to enjoy the sausage.
It all started with a dream. You just wanted Johnsonville Brats to sponsor you.
I wanted Johnsonville Brats to sponsor me because they shouldn't have. There's no reason in the world that they should. Sausages, Johnsonville, at least, has reported something like an almost 400% increase in sales over the quarantine. Almost 400%. Yeah.
Really?
So if you were buying one sausage package a month, you were buying one a week or something. Like, that's what they're saying. So
we're a bunch of sausage addicts.
Meanwhile, of course, they have a packing plant. It's not in a butchery and all that sort of a thing. And it's not that easy to do. And they had, there was a lot of work to making that sausage get to the table. So they were doing hero work, frontline work.
So when we started talking with them about sponsoring, I immediately was like, who needs some sausage? Sister Anne at the Daughters of St. Paul.
Right.
Because when we had her on, she talked about having to cook with donated food and how challenging it can be when you get things like cilantro pesto, and calamari. She's cooking for like 80 nuns, and you got to figure out something to make with whatever's in the pantry.
Right. So we've got a sausage show for you today. It's exciting. Steve Garfield, Chef Mike Harris, Valentina Escobar, Kate Colgan, Michelle Pridgeon. Who am I forgetting? John Swanson.
Chef Mike. Did he say Chef Mike?
Chef Mike. Yep. Chef Mike
Ramona
Harris.
Jackson, the Bourbon Bohemian.
Oh, Mona Jackson. Yeah. Ramona Jackson. How did I forget her? We've got everybody. But you know who we didn't get?
Hi, everyone. Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, welcoming you to The Backpack Show. Your hosts, Chris Brogan, Kerry O'Shea Gorgone, Boom Shakalaka.
Backpack Show.
He needs some sausage. We need to get him next time.
Tim Kitzrow would make us a sausage or something like that.
Do like an NBA Jam thing and throw it from across the room, like into the fryer.
It's going all the way down
fire. From downtown.
From downtown. Has to go downtown.
So we should tell people what we did.
Yeah. So, and you did a lot of the we. So what we did is we said, hey, Johnsonville, give us a bag of money and we will lob sausage at people. And then we'll ask them to just make a really quick, easy video cooking it. And that was it. Like, just shoot a picture of your head. Just say, hey, Johnsonville, cook it, and then eat it. Go, again, and you're done. Like, that's
just
easy.
To see what people did with it, because that's the interesting part. Hi, Nizzy.
And we got everything. So I don't know who to start with, but you know who I want to start with? The original video blogger, Steve Garfield from stevegarfield.com, because it was a well shot thing. So listen, if you're here today, and I want to hear anybody else's thoughts on what else they could do with their sausage or what else they did do with their sausage, it's time to watch Steve Garfield and what he did when we lobbed some Johnsonville.
Sausage showcase begins now.
Now. Hi, Mom. Are you pushing? It's your button.
Yeah, okay. Fine. I thought you might want to say hello
to
your
mom
my first.
Hi, my mom.
Hey, Carol, what's for breakfast?
Oh, how about we get Johnsonville, Vermont maple syrup breakfast sausage?
Oh, good idea. I have them right here. Hey, Carol, I heard you could put these in an air fryer for 400 degrees for 15 minutes. I think I'm going to try it.
Okay.
They're good.
I love it. Do you see how game Carol is?
Carol is game for anything, and I can't imagine over the years how that's gone, but she just went with it. And by the way, I was thinking about this because if you notice in Steve's shot, he picks it up, meaning that it is face down because he picks it up, the label faces us.
Yeah.
So Carol had to remember, and I wonder how many takes, Carol had to remember the name of that product, which I know I would not remember.
Yeah, how many takes, Steve? You have to tell us.
Gotta know. Steve also is known for, I mean, he's done this for so long. So Steve knows, you know, he put in pod safe music. He puts in it, you know, customer review of a free product, which is, you know, FTC's guidelines, basically making sure that he did it the right way and all that sort of a thing.
I want sausage and an air fryer.
Oh, I've got an air fryer you can have. I've got an air fryer. So we, I mean, it's interesting which ones people picked. People picked maple, people picked whatever.
Yeah, so this is how it worked, though. Logistically, I would order from Instacart. So for most people, like, you could tell me what your preferences are. There's always a chance it's going to like go a little sideways depending on what they have at the supermarket when the shopper gets there. So a lot of people were really good sports about getting something like a little different than exactly what they wanted, except for Sister Anne, because I had to order sausage enough for 80 nuns. So I had to call ahead and tell the meat department, could they please order 3 cases of sausage? So they got exactly what they wanted, but everybody else, it was like a sausage surprise.
And you have to understand, so Carrie's over there on Instacart and all those little secret shoppers are doing shopping. She's getting like 90 messages a day. Like, hey, they didn't have this. They didn't have this. Can I get this instead? And no, you can't get that instead. We need Johnsonville, bitch. And like,
well, I didn't say it like that, but I did say Johnsonville, please.
Anybody bitch. Colin Browning's here. Colin says, damn, a sausage show. My doctor's worst case scenario. Good to see you, handsome Colin Browning. It's been a minute. So I miss USA
sausage and pancakes. Yes. Oh my gosh. So there is one video that features some pancakes.
There are some pancakes in one of them. So
there are indeed.
Yep. Hey, so I think do I have John's or you have John's?
I have John's.
Okay, so John Swanson's a friend. He's also a pastor, a reverend. He also is now a hospital chaplain. John is doing the most difficult job you could ever possibly imagine in a hospital. He is going into people's rooms, holding their hands, often for the last time, as the family says goodbye. Awful, painful, but super important work.
And so we were like, you know what you need is some sausage.
You know what you need is sausage. So you got to understand two things, that John took a little time out of his day to do this for us in the midst of a bunch of shenanigans. And that just, he's a deserving guy. So this is John Swanson enjoying some sausage.
Oh, wait.
Oh, this will be John Swanson enjoying.
Sorry, I wanted to see what Steve said because we had asked him if they did multiple.
Right, I planned to have it front facing, so the back of the package was facing us, but the name is on the back too. Oh, okay.
You
didn't know.
Smart packaging. Okay, now we're ready for John.
Already go, John Swanson.
So here's why I'm laughing. Trying to record a video where I eat and talk and all that stuff. I'm not a Food Network guy. Actually, I'm a hospital chaplain. Went for a run this morning, have the eggs that I always have. And thanks to Chris and Kerry from the Backpack Show, I've got some Johnsonville sausages to try as part of it. It's the Maple Ones breakfast sausages. And they're really good. They're a little mapley, not a lot mapley, just really good taste as a breakfast sausage. I watched Chris and Kerry, and that's how I found out about the Johnsonville support on a podcast episode of Backpack Show where they were talking to an ICU nurse who's in the middle of all this global pandemic stuff. That's why I watched it, because that's what that show does. And Johnsonville is helping support that show, doing that kind of interviews to bring attention to those kinds of needs. So it's amazing tasting sausage that's going to help me get through my morning walking into the hospital as well. So thanks to Johnsonville. Thanks to Chris and Kerry for doing those kinds of things. Thanks to all of you who are taking this seriously. Please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Eat well and love people. Thanks.
I didn't expect
That's our man, John Swanson.
I didn't
and
expect
he
to hear up about a sausage video.
Right. Who thought a sausage ad could make your heart squeeze up a little bit? Michelle, you're not late. We didn't even push play on yours yet. You're safe.
I think everybody loves John.
Sausage, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Except I forgot the tomatoes. So it's sausage and lettuce, basically, with some. But you do a BLT. So Johnsonville made sausage strips, and I have a whole video showing you Johnsonville sausage
Get
strips.
them here yet?
Which you can't get hardly anywhere. And so Stephanie Lugopolsky from Johnsonville had to mail them to me in a special packaging.
So that I want to get on the sausage train. Send me some sausage strips.
I might know a guy.
I'm the one ordering all the sausage.
So the sausage company started in 1945, but there was a butchery before that as well. And it was the Stair Butchery. Fred F. Stair was doing the work there at the butchery, and started making these sausage that was from an 1800s era recipe straight from Austria. And so these are like from the old lands, and everyone said these are the most flavor I've ever had in a sausage. Sausage has for a very long time been considered kind of like what you do with the worst parts of meat kind of a product. It's not meant to be good. It's meant for like
to be good.
No, truly, it's meant for the peasants. It's when they said let them eat cake. Cake was what they used to make. It wasn't sweet with like frosting, but it was meant to like clean out the oven so you can make the next good piece of bread. Cake was the trash.
Yeah.
So sausage was that too. Sausage was poor people, let's put this in and test it and chuck it out. Oh, never mind. People will eat it. Right. And so now Johnsonville made this incredibly flavorful sausage and served it in America at a time where no one thought that was cool. 2005, bratwurst became the sausage that America considered their number one sausage. Johnsonville makes an incredible set of brats. We're good.
Oh, John.
So
that was such a great video.
Great again this morning. So anyway, that was a little bit of Johnsonville. We have, how many more do we want to do? Or maybe should I dump in one of the YouTube ones?
Dump. So Valentina is here, and I know. So Valentina Escobar Gonzalez moved from Miami to Tennessee years ago and started all over. She had no professional network here. She built her own consultancy in social media, and I was just so impressed with her when I met her. So we've been friends since then. And I was like, who needs some sausage? It's my friend Valentina, because I just knew she would do something interesting with it. And in fact, she did.
And Valentina did sort of a cooking show theme. So it's a little bit longer of a clip, but it's because it's so good.
It's
right?
so good.
So good. So I'm going to share my tube of you.
Okay. Then I have to turn off the thingy. So we're covering her.
And I got to make it loud. And then I got to do this.
Hi, my name is Valentina. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, but I've been living in Tennessee for 9 years. So this is how I would make, I call it like the kitchen sink cookies, but in this case, it's like a rice casserole. Growing up in Miami, I would love this specific dish that where my heritage is from, in Nicaragua. So it's basically rice with everything on top. So what I have here is I have the chorizo sausage here. I put it in my little Christmas plate here. So I took off the skin of it. So what I'm going to do is I am a mom with a first grader and a preschooler. So I don't have time to chop and get the onions and, make my eyes cry and everything. So I'm using frozen. It's onion, celery, and some peppers. So I'm using that. I'm going to put it in a pan here with a lot of Spanish olive oil. For flavor and for sweetness, I'm going to use carrots. And then just to make it healthier and pretty and just like more beautiful, I'm going to use petite green beans, so the smaller kind. I got some brown rice just to make it healthy. And if you know someone that's can't eat pork or you have picky eaters, I did this last night. I used the turkey morning sausage, and I just used the brown rice and the green beans, and I just put it on a skillet and just cooked it together and chopped it up for my little ones and for myself. So today I'm going to do this. So I'm going to first heat up the carrots, then the frozen seasoning blend, and then I'm going to do the green beans, but I'm going to add a packet of Sazon Goya and some leftover ketchups that I have in the fridge. I just finished my last salsa jar. I eat it every day. If I had my salsa jar, I would do that instead of some of these things. But again, it's a packet of sazon Goya. And then I'm going to top this dish off with some plantains. These are frozen plantains. So stay tuned. So I'm going to start doing all this stuff together, and just stay tuned for the final product. So I've already cooked the carrots in this frozen seasoning blend. I would have put more of the frozen seasoning blend, the onion, the celery, the peppers. But of course, I dropped some on the floor, so I'm not going to use that now. So I would have put more of the seasoning blend. So now I'm going to put the actual chorizo in there, because I removed the layer, the skin on top. And now I'm going to cook this puppy with those veggies, and then add the ketchup with the sazon Goya part. I'm going to add the ketchup, cook it a little bit, then add the brown rice, and then add the peas. So I'll keep you posted. So I added the brown rice, which is like half of this container, which I'm still trying to figure out how much rice that is. And then the green peas. So I'm just going to start mixing this puppy up. The house smells amazing. In the meantime, I put the ketchup with the sazon Goya stuff. So I'll let you know how the final presentation looks here. So this is how I'm going to end the video. So this is, like I said, the frozen plantains that Chiquita has. I just put it up like that. I got a little bowl thing like this. I flipped it around, and then I put some plantain chips on the top. And it's funny because I feel like every Latin American country has some sort of dish like this. I know Colombians do it. My in-laws are Cuban American. They do it too, like this. They put the chorizo inside of the black beans as well. So this is the final presentation. So hopefully you enjoyed this fun little thing that I did with the chorizo. Thank you.
Valentina, that is something else. That is something else. I don't hear you anymore, Kerry. You're on mute.
I could watch Valentina do a cooking show.
Good.
She's so
well.
Like I could watch that.
Look what makes it so exciting too. These are ketchup packets that I still had in my fridge. You know, this is some Goya powder that, you know, anybody that I know from the Latinx community absolutely knows what Goya Sazon is, but not everybody knows, you know, outside of that community. That dish that she's making is called a million different things. It exists in almost all Latin cultures, any culture where, you know, you have to stretch a little bit, right?
Added the chorizo to the shopping list now.
Good, Ritesh.
I love the tips Valentina gives for if you're a busy, you know, your busy family and stuff. It's super helpful.
I've got the frozen plantains, you know, because platanos, you know, that's work to make those things. It's work to get that put together. Brazilian and Portuguese people call feijoada. If it's the same kind of a dish, it's kind of a mixed whatever you got around kind of dish, kitchen sink, like she said, you know. So it's definitely a powerful thing to see that kind of cooking going on, and just fun to see like a real kitchen maker do it. I
agree. I'm impressed. People have skills. Even you have skills.
I'm going to show you my skills in a minute. John Swanson says that ICU nurses are the real heroes. I see the tears in their eyes as they walk out of the rooms for the last time, as they talk to the families and as they make the call. So thank her for me. So we'll pass that on to our
and Nancy's sister. Is that
our new pal?
Sister who's and so
Kat says,
another Valentina fan, new Valentina fan. Totally.
I would totally watch Valentina cook.
I would.
Like Eddie.
I'm not even kidding. Like Steve said, okay, so here's the interesting part. Valentina took the skin off the chorizo sausage. You can get, if they have it like out of the skin, it almost looks like ground beef, but it's like ground sausage. They have that. If you want that, just that.
But of course, you could do it the either way kind of way too. So
yeah.
So I want to contrast just for how fun it is, because we want to do both, right? We want to be both. We want to do both. I want to show Chef Mike Harris. Chef Mike Harris is a chef. He's also like the former corporate chef for McDonald's, like one of the head chefs of McDonald's. So juxtapose that a little bit. He's a fully trained, full chef school, does all the chefy things, and then applied them to like how to make chicken nuggets better or whatever. But like, it's a legit business if you think about it. But like Valentina's doing it the other way. She's like, you know, I'm a home chef that I made the presentation on that. Katrina does that for the kids. Never when they're at my house. I'm like, would you like to eat it out of the bag or out of the on a cardboard box or something?
Yeah,
that's how it.
So nice.
That's how it gets served at my
She's
house.
Classy, Valentina.
Classy. So I'm gonna drag Chef Mike's video on really quick, and then we'll get a chance to see just how that kind of plays out and presents. So
I am gonna make a Johnson.
Hang on.
Oh, you have to show it to all of us.
Shh.
You shush me, mister.
I'll
talk about sausage if I want to.
Cue this up. Hang on a minute. I can't eat Chick-fil-A. Oh, that's interesting. Does everybody see my man, Chef?
So I am gonna make a Johnsonville Italian sausage enrobed chorizo sausage strip wrapped Johnsonville beer brat. And then I'm gonna put it on a bun and cover it with caramelized onions and some cheese and melt it and eat it. 1 Johnsonville beer brat. Probe into beer brat to make sure it will be cooked. Sausage strips that I'm going to wrap around this bratwurst. Now I'm going to wrap that sausage with this sausage. Boop.
Point because he said boop.
That looks like dynamite. It looks like sausage.
50 degrees until it's done. Caramelize some onions for like 3 hours. It's done. Now I'm going to put this sausage in this bun. Caramelized onions, cheese, into the oven. And here it is. In the middle is a Johnsonville beer brat. That is wrapped with Johnsonville sausage strips, the chorizo flavor. Then I covered all that with Johnsonville Italian sausage. And then I covered it with caramelized onions and I melted some cheese on it. So I'm gonna cut this right down the middle. See the reveal. Dun, dun, dun. Bratwurst in the middle. Chorizo seasoned sausage strips on the outside of that. Italian sausage, caramelized onions, cheese, bread. This is way too hot right now. Magical.
I told him, he was worried. Okay, I have a backstory. So hang on. I gotta get up on screen. I have a backstory. So his oldest daughter, just contracted COVID. They just figured out she has COVID. So the whole family's in full-on quarantine, 14 days, can't go anywhere. Everything has been uprooted for them. Big family. Everything was uprooted. And I'm hitting him like, dude, I need this video. Like, I need this video, Chef Mike. And I said, and I love you, and I hope everyone's good. Give me the damn video. He goes, there's going to be kids in it and stuff. I said, you get extra points if a kid gets in that video. And you saw her. She snuck in at the very end. Like,
look at this.
And that's what a chef
brought.
It's like the turducken of sausages.
I was so impressed.
Sausage duckin'.
Valentina said that her presentation was to get brownie points with hubby.
Well, you better have gotten the points.
I think so. Credit is definitely due.
Credit. Sausage splicing.
I'm so impressed as somebody who's chosen not to cook because I don't like to. It's really something to see what other people do with the sausage. I'm very impressed.
It's kind of nuts, really. Kind of nuts.
Yeah.
What else do we have? We have Michelle Pridging made us one. Now I'll say kind of on the defense of something. I was a little nervous, and I'm still nervous. Like if with PodSafe audio versus not, I'm always kind of nervous. Like what can I or what can I not show and do and all that. And I was very worried about like what legally we could present because of this
So you don't
clip
think I
art
leave
and
myself
some
out
of
of this,
that.
do you?
So
These are Johnsonville sausage
she
strips.
made a very well produced, very
So you
well
don't think I leave
thought of,
myself out of this, do you?
Hey, I'm
considered
listening to you.
product. And then we said, can we just rip it apart and just use the basics? So that's the thing. Colin Browning, make that. Your doctor will love you more for that one. So I want to cue up Michelle's, but just understand that, you know, she made such a production and it looked great. We just have to do it.
Sausage splicing.
I think it could be a sausage splicing. Cue up the Michelle. Let's see what we got.
All right. One thing at a time. Goodness.
I know. Faster.
No.
You have to remember there was all kinds of music, there was all kinds of stuff. So like, you know,
Yeah, but it got in the way of the sizzle.
I think these are the turkey ones.
See, for me, this is what it is. The pancakes are a sausage delivery vehicle.
Look at the pancakes.
Yep. They're so fluffy. They're so fluffy. I'm going to die.
That, Michelle, if the pancakes weren't there, it was sausage, but then it was a meal. It's like a house becomes a home. Insert Benny Hill music. Legally throttled by the Backpack Show.
Turning me into a Johnsonville brand addict. Stop.
Good, Ritesh. I'm into it. We're here for it. Oh my gosh, wait till Stephanie and those guys see this. You know, they're known. Johnsonville's known for their weird commercials. And the reason is that all the people who work at Johnsonville are owners of the company. They're all owners of the company. So they decide, well, why don't you guys figure out the ads? And so the ads are shenanigans.
Pancakes are so fluffy. I feel like we need another food sponsor, like whoever. Unless we do it from scratch. We need like that pancake mix or something.
I heard Mrs. Butterworth out of work. I'm Mrs. Butterworth.
Wow, that'll do. That'll do. I don't want to
know where you're going. I know where you're going.
I don't want to take the time to do it right now because we have more sausage to show.
Don't do it. We get all right. I'm gonna throw mine in the middle just so I don't give myself preference.
Why? We could totally skip yours. You're eating his sausage right now.
I was eating it already, but I'm gonna throw mine in. Watch. This is me making one too. Hang on. Let's see. I'll hit this button. I'll hit this button. Then I'll hit this. This is a lot of work.
So you don't think I'd leave myself out of this, do you? These are Johnsonville sausage strips. They're strips that are shaped kind of like bacon, but it's sausage. So we're going to try these out. So you see, they're just like sausage shaped like a bacon. Pat's already up here, so that means she thinks it's cool. So while I'm waiting for the pan to heat up, I'm going to take a little ramekin. I'm going to spray it down with some cooking spray. And then I'm going to take an egg, put it in here. A little salt, a little fresh ground pepper. I'm going to throw that in the microwave for a minute. Again, here's an important test. Sizzle. Oh, it's sizzling. All right, all the nooks, all the crannies, a little bit of butter. So I'm going to fold these over in half. I'll put the egg on. Top it with the English muffin. All right, so I'm totally biased. Like, these guys sponsored me, so they gave me money. If I could explain the smell, I would. It's like you're at a cabin doing this. I'm not at a cabin doing this, but I'm going to eat the whole thing, so I'm shutting this off. Thanks, Johnsonville.
There we go.
So apparently we need Bisquick as a sponsor. That was Bisquick pancakes.
So I cleaned my countertop off to do that. There we go. And then I wrecked all the countertop.
So apparently we need Bisquick as a sponsor. That was nice pancakes.
So I cleaned my countertop off. Wait, why do I do that?
There
we go. And then
because you got your YouTube going, just turn it off. We need Bisquick as Billy.
What am I?
So sausage strips aren't available yet, like everywhere.
No.
But some places you can get them.
They're not everywhere yet.
No.
Sorry about that. Because I left YouTube running.
Not a smell, says
you're right. What's that scent?
Aroma, if you will.
My sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Matheson. Horses sweat, men perspire, and ladies glow.
That is such a load of horse pucky.
So yeah, grilled English muffins. The strip thing was great. You learn a lot. So you saw how Chef Mike did that. It looked great because Chef Mike knows how to do that. But he also did that at his house. He had a jury rig at his house because he buys time at kitchens that are made for video. So he goes to a studio to shoot his stuff. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't go to a studio because he's quarantined. So he had to like rig for this. Well, if you've never shot a top-down video before, you're in for a treat. I did it like juggling my phone in my hand. And the other thing I realized after the fact, Steve Garfield will appreciate, the audio is so ridiculous. I should have ran it all through a levelator, but I'm just not that kind of a person.
You're really not.
I'm bad.
It's exactly what I expected from you.
I'm bad. So we have, do you want to do your favorite one next, you're saying, or we want to grab the next to favorite one? Or, because I'm thinking, what do we have left? We have Kate, we have Ramona.
And we have Sister Anne of the Daughters of St. Paul.
So do we want to do Sister Anne not as the finale, but as just kind of right now, because that's what you want?
What a way to say it. No, I'm a professional. I just think, So Michelle used my video camera
and a tripod
with a mounted microphone, and it was fun.
That's so cool. That's the point. Like, why make us make this video? Because it's fun.
Honestly. Yes. I mean, if you're going to have a sausage company as a sponsor, I don't see how you could not do this.
Right. Hey, just for the sake of doing this, I'm going to do this because I just realized something.
When you say things like that, it scares me.
I know, but look, we're sponsored by StreamYard. You did it, didn't you? See Brogan.me/StreamYard, make a show. Make a show like this show, because look, we got Johnsonville to give us a bag of money.
Oh my God.
Small
bag of money with mostly sausage.
I wish it was a bag of money. It was mostly sausage. We got them to do that. Yeah, but I have to convince other sponsors. They gave us a giant bag of money and an inflatable yacht. And I also get a date with Christina Hendricks.
That is a lie.
That is a lie.
I got the date with Christina Hendricks.
Son of
a. You got sausage strips.
Hey, authors, you can make a site. It's really awesome. If you wrote a book, write a site. Pub-site.com, made by FSB Associates, 25 years in the business. Files you Burke, John Burke, all those good Burks and all kinds of people. You can make a site. Very inexpensive. 14-day free trial, $19.99 a month. Unbelievable. If you don't want to make the site because you're a lazy bitch, $500.
Hey, would you stop calling people names? I don't have time to yellow card you today.
No, you can't really yellow card me. That's why I'm doing it. Make a sausage. I want to see Kate Colgan, and I can't remember if Marty shows up in the video or not. Inflatable yacht. It's a thing. It's the above ground pool of luxury ocean.
Don't encourage him, Nazim. It will go on all day.
And I get a chocolate sponsor. If I did, it would be Philip Ashley.
I know. I so want that. Oh my gosh, a sausage flavored chocolate. Stop it.
Oh, Katrina had this idea, and I almost forgot to mention it. Katrina had this idea: cook up the sausage strips, the chorizo ones or the spicy ones, and then dip them in dark chili chocolate. You know how they make chili chocolate?
Yes.
You go to Lindt chocolate or whatever. You melt that right down.
There is chocolate covered bacon. Philip Ashley Chocolates has
correct
covered bacon.
And so you can make the same thing with Johnsonville sausage strips, because you could use anything there for like a bacon.
Kate Colgan.
Let's make some.
So this just happened. The doorbell rang, and who was it? Lo and behold, I got a delivery from my friends from the Backpack Show with Chris Brogan and Kerry O'Shea Gorgone, and they have a new sponsor of Johnsonville sausage. Hi, good morning, everyone. It's Kate, and we, Marty and myself, decided that we were going to try this awesome 4-cheese Italian sausage. So I was trying to decide to do it on the grill or to do it in a pan, and I forgot to start the video when I was cooking. But right now, you can come on over here and see. We're doing the pan version of it, and it's doing the steaming part here. It's like a half a cup of water added for 12 minutes. So I'll be coming. Look at that. Oh, hi, we're back. Yep, so just got done cooking on the stovetop these delicious, like I said, I'm not sure if they're delicious yet or not, but Johnsonville, we are trying the Italian sausage, the 4-cheese. So here we go. Look at that. Really good. Not supposed to talk with my mouth full. Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm going to swing around and have Marty try them as well. Yes, she is. Hold on, Marty. And she might want to have hers with some toast. So hold on. Here we go. She's going to cut hers in half again.
After watching you two, I figured I'd better. Yeah, that's exceptional sausage. Very, very flavorful.
There you go.
There we go.
That's exceptional sausage. Thanks, Marty.
No, so great.
Oh, that was great. That makes me so cheery.
That's all we want. We just want to see people enjoying sausage. That's it. Like,
that's it. Videos of people enjoying sausage.com.
That's it. Don't you dare. You need a graphic I can pull up that says, "Don't encourage him." I know, Rob. And you know what? That graphic will have your face on it. I'm just going to use this.
Get a gif of Rob just shaking his head.
It broke.
Oh my gosh. What do we got? What's left?
Only two left.
Nuns and
Ramona Jackson, the Bourbon Bohemian, joined us on the show previously to talk about how she makes cocktail kits and custom cocktails for events and things like that. So she'll make really interesting, simple syrups and her own bitters and stuff like that so that you can mix up custom cocktails. And so we sent her a whole bunch of sausage at her request so that she could create one of the dishes that her father used to make.
You know, earlier, I think I said Fred Stair and I meant Ralph Stair, by the way. That's who made Johnsonville.
Ralph Stair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ralph F, because it was Fred F, and I was like, that's not Fred.
No, it was Ralph and Alice founded the company, and then Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph
ran it for a long time.
Stair ran it after Ralph F. Stair. Mm-hmm. The F got me. Plus, I was talking to Fred Faulkner IV today. So
I thought you were thinking of Abe Froman,
Sausage King.
So let's check out Ramona Jackson, the Bourbon Bohemian. See what she did with some. You'll see. I don't even want to spoil it.
Hey y'all, I gotta say y'all, because we're on the farm raised shirts, and I'm about to make a country meal. So when I was a little girl, my dad always used to make this sausage and potatoes dish. Literally just onions, potatoes, and sausage. My husband's always on a diet, so we're gonna use cabbage this time, but it's a really great filling meal. And the backpack show sent me all of this deliciousness. So we've got Johnsonville and Dewey smoked sausage, some chopped onions, some cabbage, some olive oil, salt and pepper, boom, that's it. So I'm gonna throw in some oil here. And my onions to caramelize that right on up. I'm using all of these country phrases just because I'm a city girl for real. And then I sliced the sausage kind of cute too. You know how you do it like diagonally, so it's cute. It tastes the same, but I thought it was cute. We got this going. I'll just go on here and be right back and get this going. Okay, yeah. Turn this up a little bit. I'm always trying to burn down the house. We got insurance for that though. Okay. Keep cooking with the sausage. The best part about this dish, especially with the potatoes in there, it's like starchy. So it almost makes like a roux or like a gravy with the potatoes and the oil, and then of course grease from the sausage. But like I said, we're going semi-healthy today. A little bit of touch. And I'm just gonna cook this until the sausage starts to brown. And my onions get caramelized. Throw the cabbage in. Just let that steam cook. I'm gonna want it to be a little bit crunchy. I don't like the cabbage dead. You know, I don't like my vegetables dead, period. But so a little bit crispy, but just enough to kind of like soak up the seasoning from the onion and sausage. And then I'll put a little salt back on it, and that's it.
So that looks so good.
It did. And the minute I saw the cabbage, I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Cabbage sounds good. We could do cabbage. That would be.
Yes. I was so into that.
Well, thank you His hubby.
But here's the thing: if I start cooking now, I'm gonna have to do it like on the regular. So
Rest of your
I'm
life.
not gonna do it. Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
But this is the closest I've come to wanting to.
I might.
So you know.
I might have to go get a head of cabbage now. I might have to go get a head of cabbage now. So
get some sausage first.
My idea for the sponsorship went really not much further than we would really love you to give us a ton of sausages. And I had no idea what to do. And Kerry said, I could use Instacart. And I was like, perfect. Because if I have to put it in the mail, no one's getting any. And then I thought, well, how hard is it going to be to get people to sign up to want sausage? Not too hard. How hard is it going to get them to make a film? Little harder. But, we got it done. But since the beginning, Kerry has had only one goal. Nuns. That's right. I had just watched a documentary where monks in, I think it was Thailand, basically they just get whatever food's dropped off for them. They only get the offerings. That's what they eat. So they make, it looks so gross, but the guy said it actually tastes okay. They make a dish for breakfast that is essentially like Valentina's, but imagine if she went for no production points. It was just, and that there's a lot of goop in it. So it was the grossest looking thing I ever saw, but he said it tastes okay because what they get, whatever they get's what they get. So if like a kid gives them a cheese pizza, that's what they're eating is like what's left of the kid's pizza. Because by the way, also in Thailand, they're just giving these guys whatever. So Sister Anne, you got to take over. Sister Anne.
Okay. So Sister Anne, she's at Nun Blogger on Twitter because I booked her for the show the day that Chris booked an adult film star. I was like, fine, I'm going to go get a nun. And I did. And you know what? She was wonderful. And it's one of our most popular shows. People loved Sister Anne. She's with the Daughters of St. Paul, who are known as the media nuns. Like they use the media to spread the word, the gospel. And of course, media meant like TV and 8-track tapes back when she first joined the order. Now it's a whole other thing. But so I found her on Twitter. And when she joined us on the show, one of the things she mentioned almost in passing was that she sometimes has to cook for the 80 nuns in her community and how difficult that is with donated food because you just kind of never know what you're going to have. And I was like, oh, she needs some sausage. Like that was the first thing I thought of when you talked about getting Johnsonville to sponsor was I want to send her a whole lot of sausage because I know, she could do some amazing things with it and it would be great. So she said to thank you and Johnsonville for making her very popular.
So we're so excited. I mean, we're excited to give it to all our friends. We're great to see Kate cook with it. Thrilled that Michelle gave the video that she made with the amazing looking pancakes. Just so fun to see all the contributions. John Swanson, a man of God himself.
Valentina, who can have her own cooking show.
It was so cool. Chef Mike Harris with sick COVID kids in the house, and he got it done. So this is great. But ladies and gentlemen,
Sister Anne. The Daughters of St. Paul.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Kerry. Hi, everybody at the Backpack Show. So, I made a mistake last time I was on the show of mentioning that sometimes I cook for my community. Welcome to the kitchen.
I'm voiceover for a second. Look at how much sausage that is.
Mother House in Boston. And thanks to Johnsonville Sausage Company, we have something to work with today. It's going to be pizza night tonight in the convent. I have 3 different ideas for pizza, so let's see what happens. Experimental pizza. It's got the Johnsonville bratwurst and the red onions, obviously, and apple. Below that is a layer of gorgonzola. Below that is a kind of a cream cheese that's also a kind of blue cream cheese with pomegranate molasses. Italian. Gorgonzola and apple with the bratwurst was a hit. Just it's a wrap. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited.
I have to point out to Michelle, she said, hey, there's music in the nun video. That's because Dan Gorgone created it himself.
Dan Gorgone himself did the video editing and made that musical loop because
they sent me so much footage. So much footage.
A bunch of nuns, and he thought, you know what I'm going to do? Kind of like a rap, kind of
street nuns.
Trance hop kind of song.
That was what it was. No, so I had to call the supermarket before. I couldn't just place an Instacart order for like 32 packages of sausage. I had to call ahead and tell them that I needed 3 cases of sausage. And I mentioned it was for nuns because I felt like then they would make absolutely sure they didn't screw it up. And I was correct.
Somebody put a grumpy face on our video. That's so funny. I'm looking up at the little.
I don't care at all.
That's so funny.
You can't. I don't want your sausage hate. I'm so happy.
That's funny.
So happy.
That's great.
I love Sister Anne. She's just such a great person, and she's so positive and so upbeat. And she can make it work. Like if you send her cilantro pesto, she'll find something to do with it. But I was like, think what she could do with some Johnsonville sausage. She didn't even get to taste the pizza she was the most excited about because it went so fast.
Wow. Can you imagine nuns just whipping it to get the
pizza? Just eat the
pizza. Give me that. I got to go back and praise it more.
Totally. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they loved it. And she did the same thing Valentina did, which was to take it out of the casing. Some of it out of the casing to cook. So I noticed that too. So just so everybody knows, there is that one without the casings if you prefer to prepare that way.
If you liked this episode, and much more important to me, if you like us. Oh, that's a grump face mistake. Okay.
It happens.
I was going to say, I know who sent it. So it was probably a mistake. If you liked this video and you have a minute, swing by Twitter and just tweet, hey, Johnsonville, just watched a video all about you on the Backpack Show, and just give them some love. But more importantly, if you want some sausage, they are every bit as good. Like, this is not sponsor talk. They're every bit as good. That's why I begged them to sponsor. They're so good. That's why this happened. It was my stupid idea that maybe we should get them to sponsor the show because I ate some. And I was like, this is delicious.
That's how you book guests also, by the way.
It's exactly how I book guests. I like your show. I'm trying really hard to get some guys from The Expanse. It's not happening yet, but I'm like, I'm watching your show right now. Can you come on my show?
And all we ask in return is that you show us what you do with it. You've seen it can be super easy. Just let us know how you cook it.
You did not miss the boat. If you want a sausage hookup, Kerry at chrisbrogan.com. She'll slip you the sausage. Oof. And you can cook some. And you make a little video like that. We'll slip it into their other shows. Oof. So we'll be talking to really important guests like humanitarians and like, a little kid who lost all their limbs. It's still really good at, I don't know, kickball or something.
You're really baiting me today with the yellow cards because I don't have the time. Exactly. We do need chocolate next or Bisquick. I am open to either.
Look, when Ralph was on the show, Ralph himself from Johnsonville, talk about a tie-in. Ralph said, Chris, if you were really smart, you'd make a whole show about food so people would give you more foods. And I was like,
that's so
I'm not really smart, Ralph, but thank you for suggesting it.
Such a good idea. Yeah. But that is when we had the NASCAR driver on, Ryan Priest.
And Ryan.
Right, yep. Their sponsors all were within like a certain family of things. They had Kingston Charcoal and they had Johnsonville Brats was a sponsor of theirs. And they had, like all different food-related, things. Yeah. So they could just throw basically a barbecue.
Kimberly Clark for like the napkins and stuff?
Yeah, next to the track. They just have a barbecue. It's the best thing ever.
Pretty smart.
That's what I would do if we didn't have a pandemic on, was like have a big backpack barbecue.
Johnsonville has when it's not the pandemic, they have a Big Taste grill, 65 feet long. It has been all over the place, including, not making this up, Ralph F's funeral. 1994.
Oh, really?
They rolled out the Big Taste grill because what do you think Ralph F wanted to serve at his funeral?
Johnsonville Brats.
That's right. Person of the day. Well, that's sponsored by the people who make PubSite, pub-site.com. Pub-site.com. And you know who's never been person of the day? Valerie.
Yay!
So, your person of the day, Valerie. That entitles you to 1 apple. I could also send you a sausage. Kerry at chrisbrogan.com goes right to, not me. Kerry at chrisbrogan.com. You get your own sausage.
That email now,
person.
So you don't have to take the sausage request.
Very happy you now have that email. I did not want to have to do the work it took me to get that email figured out, but now I'm happy. Now, I was trying to think about other food sponsors, and I know one for sure that my grandmother would like. My grandmother was a cook. My grandmother was an amazing cook, and I miss the holiday experience so much because of the things she made. For real, she made like a beautiful touche pie, which is like a pork pie that's French Canadian. And she made some beautiful things. And I know exactly who her sponsor would be. And it would be so delicious with Johnsonville.